Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of It's On Us podcast. This episode is going to feature our beat producer, Aaric Whitfield, aka Art Miles. His social media page will be linked in the description along with his SoundCloud. The beat you're hearing right now is his production. If you guys have any beat needs, be sure to hit him up and enjoy the show.
Right.
Hey, there you go.
Talk about don't bump into me.
No. Anything. They look at you wrong. You like, oh yeah, you want all the smoke. No, it's
Probably you give him that Vegeta stare, like I wish you would.
Mm-hmm. Or that cell when you just sitting there in the ring.
Coldest to ever do it.
For the tournament for a whole week straight, just
Didn't move.
didn't even blink.
Hard body.
He actually sent a message out via telepathically, like he called him out without even moving.
Savage.
Like this a public service announcement. Come get your ass whooped at this location.
Now, you know what is crazy though? Like when you do drink, like say you in the club drinking, right, and the person next to you is like kind of intoxicated. They start trying to talk to you like over the loud music, like I can't hear nothing you saying. And they start trying to freestyle. I'm like, all right, cut it out, bro. Like
That's
what
how
are
you know
doing?
they drunk.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
sorry, those are the
why
worst
you-
people. I
like,
do not
bruh.
like people who get drunk and freestyle. Like, cut it out. You are sitting here right by me. If you were
Yeah.
meant to make it, you'd be on the other side, and I'd be listening to you. Your ass is right here. Let's enjoy this music right here.
They
and
become
now.
motivated. Like, hey man, I'm about to make a mixtape.
That's why you laughing, Eric. You know it's
He
true.
knows. He knows.
Hey,
No, yeah.
it's a normal day for me, man.
Go ahead, Jake.
Go ahead, what? Welcome to another episode of It's On Us podcast. We have a special guest with us today,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Aaric Whitfield.
Yes, sir.
Good look. Art Miles. I go by Art Miles. I'm my producer name. Sorry.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
You
Oh,
good.
Art Miles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Go ahead and put yourself out there. I mean, promote yourself.
Oh,
What do you do?
no.
Let the people know.
No, I
Oh,
mean,
man.
all throughout the episode, we're just going to promote you and just promote our city, what we're doing. And we make this an organic conversation. You know what I mean? So,
Okay,
first
I
and
just want to
foremost.
spread it out like peanut butter.
Yeah, man. This is the thing I'm learning. Like, when you got the juice, don't pour it so fast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let,
I heard
let
that.
the people
I like
taste
that.
that shit. Like, man, this is some delicious ass flavor. And
Like
then
savor.
over time, you get it. And then,
I do enjoy a slow pour.
Right.
I do.
That's the thing with whiskey. When you drink whiskey, you just take shots of whiskey, or you pour.
Are you doing
drink
the
it slow.
champagne pour, or are you doing like the
Fountain pour.
fountain pour?
Looks
Okay.
elegant.
It's a difference though, but yeah. Today we have a special guest. Introduce
Yeah,
yourself.
no, I'm Aaric Whitfield. I go by Art Miles. I went by plenty different names back in the day, but Art Miles right now. Been making beats for about 18 years. Born and raised in Lorraine, Still City. Born and bred.
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal guy, man. I'm probably the most normal guy you'll ever meet.
Wait, hold on. So you said 18 years of you getting into the music
Yeah,
and just producing beats, right?
yeah.
So okay, what made you want to just start doing that?
Well, my dad did music. He was a DJ. I mean, he was just a total b-boy. He did graffiti. When that hip hop was going off and it was popping, he was doing it all. He did beats and he was messing around with Bone Thugs actually a little bit back in the day. They shouted him out on BET a long time ago. I remember me and my brother seeing that on one of his VHSs. He had a Rap City recorded.
Wow.
So-
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was just since I was a kid, I just always liked music. My mom listened to everything, my dad, hip hop. Then when I got to high school, it was just jazz. I don't know if you know Aaron
I
Thomas.
love jazz. Yeah.
Like I was going to church at the time. Aaron and Ashton and that whole family just jazz music, just giving me music. And
Hey, man,
Every
quick
day.
plug. 107.3 The Wave went off the air, man.
Trust me, I
Well,
was heartbroken
Yeah,
a
like
few
about 2 years
ago.
ago. About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they switched to like some pop station. I'm very upset about that.
Pop station.
Yes.
I used to get it to that station in my warehouse. Jacob, no.
It wasn't too bad actually. Not gonna lie. When he first told me, he was like, "Hey, we gotta listen to the Wave." I'm like, "What the fuck you talking about?"
107.3
The Wave.
I'm telling you, bro.
Man.
Like it was a whole vibe, though. You know what I mean? That's just where we come from, how we grew up, and it definitely helped us get to where we are now, for sure. Though.
Mhm.
For
I used to have
sure,
to
for
box
sure.
to those songs. Like my dad didn't put his hands on me. Sometimes, if I act up, I got popped. I ain't
Got
gonna
my
lie,
ass
but
whooped.
You gotta
for the
lay
most part,
law.
though, he used to make us go in the garage, and we used to have to box through like 4 songs on 107.3. And everybody who listens to that station know how long them songs be. Your arms
Extended.
be worn out. That's all I can tell
Yeah,
you.
that's smooth jazz. You
And-
should be stuck on an 8-minute song.
And speaking of jazz, who's your favorite jazz musician?
Herbie Hancock.
Good
And
choice.
George Duke. Those are the two guys to me.
Mm-hmm.
Chick Corea, Jeff Lorber. I can go down the list. I can go Flying Lotus if you want to go new jazz, because he does jazz. Thundercat.
I fuck with Thundercat.
Yeah, me too.
He's the best. Like, I'm just music. I can listen to any genre. I go across any plateau. The only genre I probably don't listen to is country.
Oh man.
Like, I can even listen to them white boys screaming all day.
Well, we have one of our members here who like advocates kind of for country.
I grew up with country. My mom always
Nothing
played
wrong
it.
with
Oh,
it.
I know.
It's just not my thing.
Not your taste.
Like,
That's
See, I'm not gonna say I advocate country, but I can tolerate it now over the years.
yeah,
Yeah. Morgan
There-
Wallen.
Is it
Morgan
like a-
Wallen is
is it like a
smack,
acquired,
though. I ain't gonna
like-
cat.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen is fire.
like me being a producer, you start to learn that there's good in all genres of music.
Mhm.
Right.
You can
They-
sample
they
any
all draw
genre.
from each other, honestly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
everything. Like, I'll draw from techno one day, or I'll draw from R&B, blues. Just how I'm feeling for the day. I could be in a messed up mood and listen to some craft work, or I could listen to Throbbing Gristle, just some weird stuff, like out there stuff. Or I can listen to the new stuff, Lil Baby, Da Baby, Nas, Jay, Redman, just all
All
that
these
stuff.
babies out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how many?
I wonder who's the parent.
I was gonna say, how many like in your library, like of beats you've created? One for our podcast here, if
Right,
no one
right.
knows that. And we shot you out at the first episode, but
Yeah,
now you're on
I
it.
appreciate
for sure.
it.
Yeah,
I
for
appreciate
sure.
it.
This is
So
the
we're gonna-
man behind the genius beat that we come
Yes.
into every single
Yes.
time you guys tune in.
Every
Yeah.
single time.
That surprised me when I listened to it. Like, I was like, wow, like I never heard my stuff like that before. Like,
That's why I'm like,
I
it's
like
it's
that,
so
though.
important for us to like use the resources we have close to us because
It's all about local.
That's what I'm saying.
That's-
We just want to advocate on supporting local, upcoming entrepreneurs and having a conversation. That's why the podcast is called "It's on Us." The abbreviation is IOU,
right.
which is
That's dope.
heavy because it's like we kind of owe you a conversation of like where we are, and it might help the next person that's wherever you are in your journey. Like, keep going because this is where we are now. So we're gonna grow together.
Yeah,
Type
but
of deal.
you've reached out a long time ago. Like, I remember I was doing posts on Instagram because I just put little posts out here and there. I'm not trying to tell everybody I'm the next Kanye, but I think I'm doing something next level. But I'll just post stuff just to see how people think of it, my friends and followers and stuff. And he'll hit me up like, "Hey man, I need some more of that." I'm so busy I'll forget. I'm like, man, he didn't ask me this like months ago. I need to get him something.
But I know people caught in their own life, so I'm like, whenever you get a chance, man.
Right.
Right, but no, I sent him some stuff and he liked it, and I was just like, good, because that's the music that I'm on right now. Just the phase of soul music, just taking it back to the basics of hip hop, chopping up samples, break beats, and doing what I feel. And I'm trying to incorporate trap music and different sounds. It's just, for me, I've been doing it so long, I'm challenging myself with different lanes, doing
Nice.
some new stuff.
That's perfect. Perfect.
My question for you: have you ever messed around with classical music?
Yeah.
Really?
That was my first. Like, this is why I do so much music. And in high school, I think freshman year, I had music appreciation class with Mr. Wiley. And,
Man, I wish I'd have had a class like that. It'd be fire.
I had that
I
class in high school, but I didn't appreciate it. I didn't. I don't know
I had
why.
a-
I didn't know why.
I had a
like,
shitty teacher.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful.
Wasn't your calling,
I had
that's
Mr.
all.
Slovak or some
Yeah.
shit.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like Mr. Wiley, me being in band, I was with him anyway. But he just taught me, like, any genre, you don't have to like it, but there's an appreciation in it, and you can learn from it. So classical music, I just didn't understand people screaming. To me, it just sounded like screaming, just like soft screaming. But then you get older and you're like, no, this is music. The crescendos and how the music makes you feel emotionally. And then you start watching movies and you see the scores and you just, that music makes you feel a certain type of way. So
I
you
think
draw.
as we get older, we understand that our voice is also just another instrument
Right.
on the sound
It is.
itself,
Definitely.
To go back off what you said about when you hear it in movies and stuff, like, I think we all have that one movie. Like, as soon as we hear a certain score, it's like, oh, I gotta watch this for a little bit. Like, for me, Star Wars.
Star Wars got a good score. Most of like those big production movies got wonderful scores.
Right.
Me, I like when they incorporate songs that you already know in the movie. So like Queen and Slim. When I was watching that movie and you just hear all the songs they got to play the soundtrack, it fit that movie so perfect. It becomes its own character in the movie.
You know, I think that's so genius though, because shout out to Jordan Peele and all his movies that he makes. Like he's remixing the Candyman, and he has Say My Name by Beyonce. That's like a classical song,
Right.
But if you say his name so many times,
He'll come.
he shows up. So I'm like, whoa.
Right.
Awesome.
And he does that in most of his movies. So I'm like,
Marvel does that pretty good too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Black Panther.
Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy
Yeah.
is
I was
another
just
one.
watching
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Black
yeah.
Panther's soundtrack's fire, and it fits the whole movie.
Guardians soundtrack was
That was
really
dope. I like
fire.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rock and roll classic.
So, since we're on music, did anybody have a favorite theme song growing up? Like Saturday morning cartoons or something like you heard it and you was like, damn, you know what? I'm about to tune in right now.
Ooh, I'll go first. I'll say Danny Phantom was a bop for me.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was my shit.
okay, Jacob.
Well, see, I can't remember too much of like cartoons. I remember like Power Rangers. I watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that had to be it for me, honestly.
Right.
Or Beetleborgs. That was like low key one of my.
He took it back.
Hell
Some
no.
people making fun of me.
Beetleborgs.
Static Shock too. I think those
No, that
top
was a
three.
good intro.
Static Shock, yeah.
Top three for me personally.
For me, it was like Dexter's Laboratory. That intro, I
Yeah,
think
that was fire.
Wait a
Like,
minute,
I'm
I
like,
forgot all about that.
See, that's I feel
Forgot
like
that.
those cartoons were like lost in some like Johnny Bravo,
Yeah.
like that
Mm-hmm.
group of like
Kids Next Door.
man.
Right.
That was
Hell
my
yeah.
shit.
Codename
That was my
Calendar.
shit right there.
Yeah, those are like classical cartoons I'll never forget. And I'll probably keep watching them. So I mean,
That happens.
I'll say an honorable mention is SpongeBob. I really think their theme song is fire. It's
SpongeBob
Everybody
song.
knows it.
Everybody
It's
knows
catchy.
it.
Yes.
It's so catchy.
It's catchy.
Man.
I'm old. Like I didn't watch kids shows a lot growing
No?
up. I watched Rocket Power and shit like that.
That's
Doug,
fire too.
Hell yeah.
watched Doug. I watched Courage, Cowardly Dog.
classic.
But my mom was always watching Law and Order.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh man, that
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
it's cheesy, but it's
dun.
classic.
classic.
And then New York Undercover. She would that theme song is classic. It's like some '90s New Jack Swing type stuff.
Nice.
I'm trying to think. It's other Kids Next Door that I like that theme song. Scooby Doo.
Classic.
You know?
Classic for sure.
I appreciate Scooby Doo so much.
I like a pup named
That
Scooby-Doo
show was
better.
so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
They were showing us the whole time the real monsters are people, and I'm like,
Mm.
whoa.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's now that I look at it, I'm like, damn, I never knew that shit. Like
That's deep.
each person in Scooby Doo was just like some
Asshole.
dog that can talk. What kind of dog was he actually?
He was supposed to be a Great Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Fun fact of the day.
no, I never knew
Brought
that.
to you by.
So what did Shaggy give him like LSD or something? Is that why he talk?
I don't know. Who knows?
I'm just.
And
I'm
them
just
sandwiches look
bullshitting.
so good in those. In that
Yeah, like a Scooby Doo snack. You
man,
be like-
10-foot tall sandwich.
Those did look pretty good.
in reality, I'm like, man, he just got the munchies the whole time.
For sure.
For
For sure.
This guy, you
For
know.
sure.
Just a dog and him just smoking weed and just like, oh.
Kicking
And
it.
then you
In their
understand
van.
the dog. You're smoking weed and you understand the dog. Like, that's some high stuff. Like,
Did you guys like
You will learn.
yeah.
I promise you. You think you will learn what your dog is trying to tell you. It comes with time.
I'm telling
I promise you.
we already have a communication. Now I'm like,
exactly.
okay.
She can look at you and you be like, "You're hungry," and then she will sit and, you know what I mean, wag the
That like
tail.
telepathically, like,
give you that little head tilt? Like,
It's nonverbal.
she does it now, and I'm like, okay, let's go outside real quick.
Yep. See.
Alright.
I got you. See? No,
So-
that's crazy, man.
so did anybody like the live action Scooby Doo movies, or were they trash?
Hell yeah. The one where they go to Spooky Island.
Yeah.
That shit fire. What are you talking about?
I didn't know. I was asking.
So
And
we're
that
still
movie
Spooky
too,
Island?
the girl he meets is Mary Jane. I'm like, it's in
Come
her
on.
face right now.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I laugh at it
whoa.
every time I watch the movie. I'm like,
Exactly.
man, they was like really doing this shit. They knew they was doing.
They know what they was doing. Just blatantly putting it in front of our face, and we just like, okay.
As far as intros for me, I got a few. I like Rocco's Modern Life, Cat
Classic.
Dog,
Cat dog.
Jimmy
Oh,
Neutron.
cat dog, cat
Jimmy
did
Neutron.
dog.
Cat dog.
Yeah, and there's one more I'm
That's my shit.
missing, and it was real good, and I forgot it. It'll come back to me though.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents is a great one.
My default theme song would have to be any wrestler's theme song coming out.
Man.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Pinky
talking-
and the
Where you
Brain.
going,
That's
though?
it.
Even
The,
John
the
Cena.
whole
John
John
Cena.
Cena's theme
John
song,
Cena.
the Raw theme song to begin with, fire.
Hey, shout
Triple
out,
H's, fire.
shout out
HBK,
Marina.
fire.
Marina Tillman burned me a copy of John Cena's album in like 6th grade, and I listened to that shit.
That's another local person that we know. Shout out to Marina.
Shout
Eric,
out.
I think Eric had it, and Austin both. I think they both had them.
Scale of 1 to 10, how
too.
fire was it?
I didn't.
I
Never
mean,
listen
at the
to it.
time, you know, I was
That was the hottest shit ever.
yeah, like
Now that you look back at it, it's like
I didn't hold him to a rapper standard. He was a wrestler.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
you know what I mean?
Like Dame. Do you hold Dame?
Just like-
Damian
Nah,
Lillard?
Dame low key got
No,
bars though.
Dame is different. Like he's a different pedigree
Okay.
of like he can actually rap.
Rap.
He got a rapper name. Like
Yeah.
he don't go by Damian Lillard on his rap name.
Right.
Like when he's rapping.
Dame Dallas.
Dallas.
Like you can look at Shaq and be like, Shaq had gold and platinum albums and he could rap, but it wasn't like lyrical. It was
He just
a
had
team.
publicity off his
Yeah,
name.
he
He just
had,
had- he
but
just
he
had a
had a
name.
team of people that was giving him that raw shit too. So
Not too many people can make that transition though, from
Right.
like playing a sport to like. I mean, there's a couple like Lonzo Ball. He kind of has like music. Iman Shumpert is
little
another
flow.
person that
Yeah,
like
he got flow.
because
I like
he's with Tiana Taylor, so she does music naturally. So it's like it was going to happen for him regardless. So
True.
no, they got flow for sure.
yeah, it's a couple different like.
Oladipo too. He can
Yep.
sing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
did
can
not know
sing
that.
really,
He got a- yeah, he
really
got
good.
an
He was
album,
on The
I think.
Masked Singer.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh
that's pretty
wow. I have
dope.
to listen to his album
That's
then.
dope.
Sounds like an old Western cowboy
I can't
at
sing.
times.
What?
You say you can sing, Jacob?
I can't sing.
You sing for us real quick?
Bro, I can't sing.
Oh, okay. It was
Come
worth a
on.
try. All right, whatever.
True. Who knows? Me and Eric might be cooking something.
I don't know. He made these beats though. I might get in the booth myself, man. I don't
Hey.
know.
Hey.
You know
So-
what? Now that we're back on music, I have a great question for you because you kind of like touched on it a little bit earlier. So, depending on how you feel, do you ever like channel your emotions through your music?
all the time. Like it got around the 14, 15 year mark where I was like, I need to put what I'm going through in the music.
So, around adolescence, you started using
Yeah.
music as your outlet for
Mhm.
your emotions.
Like it's therapeutic, you know, like it's you can talk through your music. Like and only you know how you feeling. So it's you just hope that everyone else is feeling that too. Like they might need that music to get them through that day, or they might just need to hear like something dope. You know, that's just what I do it for. But of course, all the time, my music and my emotions are hand in hand. Like the way my drums sound, the way my sample goes, it's all me.
Now, have you felt like that's kept you out of trouble in times? Like, you know, you felt like you was about to do maybe something dumb and you just ran to your music and just like let it all out?
Sometimes, but I've always been level-headed. Like, you
That's-
know,
I
I
know.
said, I'm a normal dude, man. You know me. I go to work. I go home.
We go back to kindergarten. I know
Yeah,
you.
kindergarten, man.
Damn.
Like,
That's awesome.
like it's, you know, I'm just level-headed. My mom, you know, she just instilled in me to be responsible. Don't get caught up in this life and don't feel sorry for yourself. Like, get out here, get your shit together, and then all the rest will come into play.
Have you ever saved or maybe recreated any beats that you did when you were younger just to like maybe sometimes go back, listen to them and maybe like get some type of stimulation or walk down memory lane?
I just redid something that I lost. Like I lost a lot of music a couple years ago. But I recreated something. It actually sounds better than when I did it the first time. And that's a rule you should never break.
That
as a
music that you
musician.
did have though, you should have released.
I should
And
have.
you was letting it marinate
I
in the
shoulda-
pot.
I
You should have
shoulda-
just been pouring it out.
I should have.
Now that we know. It's fine.
Like-
Should have dropped your shit.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to do some like I don't know if you guys listen to Griselda or like that underground hip hop, but they release music constantly. That's what I was trying to do. I was just building up a whole catalog of music, and I had an issue where I was just lazy. I'm like, man, this computer is about to die on me. I know it's gonna die on me, but man, I'm working. I'm tired. I need to get some sleep. I need to do this. I'm chilling. Then when it finally crashed on me, it just all that you should have did this just started beating in my head. So, but it was a lesson though. I like that I lost that music because I can actually get it off my hard drive still. But it's good to know that I need to start fresh. I need the stuff that. Like some stuff I can recreate, but other stuff I leave it alone because it's a rule in music where you're not in that same headspace you were when you made it back then. So it's hard to recreate it because you're not in that space. Sometimes you might get it, but other times you're like, oh, the drums is off or doesn't feel right. It's not where I was mentally at that time. So, but I can make, you know me, I'll make a beat 5 minutes.
And what I appreciate in your message is that you lost your stuff and you didn't give up. You stuck with it versus letting it be a mishap and dwelling on it and never going back to it. You actually use that to fuel your drive to like be ambitious and like just start fresh.
For sure. I back then I didn't know it, but knowing now and reflecting, like I went through so much stuff in my life. The music did save me. It actually got me through the tough times. I didn't even look at it like tough times until somebody pulled me to the side and was like, hey, you know, you got PTSD going through this shit. You know, so it's just for me, I'm level-headed enough to know the music is going to continue to fuel me. And I know there's a lot of people going through what I'm going through and not even doing music. They just need to know that there's somebody out there that's going through that and still pursuing their craft. So never give up on that. And always put yourself into your craft, no matter what you do. If you flipping a burger, flip that shit with some passion. You know,
Make it taste a little better.
Hell yeah.
It's
I
gonna
love
make
that.
the world.
I fucking love that.
It's gonna make the world better. Like everybody's lazy and in the cookie cutter era. Like if you get it out the mud, it's far better gratitude and gratification on what you do.
For sure.
I don't know. It's just like people gravitate towards things that are more organically grown. Like you said, you've been doing this for 18 years, and right now, I'm sure you have knowledge of this. You're about to create. I'm gonna speak this life into you. You're about to create a piece similar or almost similar to how like Vince Van Gogh was creating his piece and like the Mona Lisa, like
Just
those
don't chop
type
off
of
your
pieces.
ear.
But it takes time because you have different phases in your life play on this canvas that you're painting on. Though.
Y'all gonna be the first ones to hear this project I'm working on. Like it's a beat tape. It's gonna be crazy though. It's gonna be.
Can't wait.
Like I just like ideas in music. Like I don't. Everybody says the same shit in the music nowadays. It's like I turn on one beat, it sounds like the fifth beat. Like I want something where when you hear it, I'm gonna go in so many different directions. You're gonna be like, how does he do it?
Wow.
You know, and it's just when y'all hear this, I want y'all opinion on it.
For sure. Absolutely.
For sure, because I know y'all are real like vast in the music. Like I know him, he listen to everything. I'm pretty sure
You got
listen to
our
everything.
guru of the podcast.
I listen to
Gabe,
everything,
so
man.
he listens
So-
to everything.
You know, like I'm a music head, man. Like I remember my best era was 2016. I was listening to everything. Like I was sampling Tool a lot. Like Tool was in my playlist all the time. Throbbing Gristle, Kraftwerk. I mean, Kraftwerk is like a group from like the 70s and 80s. You know what I'm saying? But listening to jazz music, because jazz music is social. And I'm a social dude, so jazz is all intellectual. So I gravitate to it. It's crazy. And I played instruments in school. So
And kind of jazz, in a way, is instrumental or acoustic in a lot of sense. So there's not a lot of words. So it's, like you said, social. Like
it's all
yes.
putting yourself into your art.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
It's like masonry. Masonry is like that. You just putting your knowledge into the craft, and the people are gonna be smart enough to digest that whole shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now, man. So we did music in high school. I think everybody had to, right? The farthest I got was the recorder, and that didn't even go well. So I'm like, all right, maybe I just need to like back it up, do something else.
Your sister played though,
Yeah,
right?
she played the clarinet.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't appreciate music at that time because my headspace was in a whole different like.
Right.
But going back, I probably would have ended up playing like the saxophone.
I love the sax.
That's what my mom wanted me to play, but I wanted to be like Miles Davis. So I was like, give me the trumpet. It looks easier. It's 3 vowels. And then learning, you got to have embouchure and you got to blow into that horn and practice all the time. It's like your lips feel like Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather was beating on it. Pause. For like 5 minutes. Like,
See, I've always been interested in a keyboard and piano, only because you can walk into most places and like you can either do a joke or just sit down and perform. You can be drunk, like you don't lose that. You know what I mean? And it's always dope if you just sit down on some Ray Charles shit and just work them keys.
Is it now?
I know a little bit.
Yeah, and you hear them talking about jazz in such a great way. That's why I love 107.3 The Wave. While you were trying to put on that classic rock bullshit.
I was first of all, I was not trying to put on classic rock bullshit.
Then that was T, not you.
That was T, not me.
Who do you listen to? Like, what's your top upper echelon? What's in your playlist every day?
Honky
Every
tonk
day?
donk.
Like Florida Georgia Line, Kid Cudi's first album.
Fire.
Fire for sure, classic.
super classic.
Let's see what else is in my playlist right now. Like I like Out of Sight. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Yeah, he's.
I ain't heard.
I don't know. It's like alternative pop, alternative like rap, because it's like he has a rhythm and it flows and it's catchy and it's kind of corny, but that's the shit I like. I like shit that's corny, but it flows. It makes you feel good. It has that upbeat beat. Like I like shit that. But you'll catch me listening to J. Cole too. I have all his music too. So
I'm waiting on his album.
I don't know. I'm vast. I don't really have one. Like I have AC/DC. I have, you know. So
I feel like you growing up listening to these 3 stations and mainly watching VH1 and MTV. Okay,
let's go.
99.5.
Yes.
96.5.
96.
And 104.1.
Yeah, 104.1.
Those are the 2 iHeartRadio stations. You barely listen to 107.9.
No, I listen to 107.9 too. But
when I was in the car.
When
He was trying to be transparent with you.
When JT was in the car, I listened. No, but my dad also had 105.7.
Okay,
I do know that one. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I had you hit the top 3.
I told you.
okay.
And then
I'm good.
And then it went to 107.9 and 105.3.
Okay. But I knew those other 3 was your top 3.
You
I
ain't
can just tell
you
based
ain't
off your
listen to
personality.
Q104?
No, I did. I just said I did.
Oh, about to say.
That was his top
But
3.
that was-
104.1.
I like
Come on, hey Eric, why are you shaking your head at me right now?
Just a side question though, Eric. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I
Okay.
do.
I'm gonna need your Apple shit so I can follow you on there.
I got you.
I just activated mine, so I'm about to get y'all stuff.
Yeah,
too,
I just
man.
seen you follow me the other day. I gotta follow you back.
What are you talking about?
I had
So on Apple Music, you can follow people and just
Bro.
see what they listen to all day.
Oh, man,
Their
you-
playlist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you gonna
Shout
see
out
a
to
whole
Jacob
lot.
for my
And
Apple
you
Music,
get like
I will
every.
say
I
that.
think it's every
I love you,
Monday
man.
they do a
you owe me
friends
some lunch
a
too.
friends mix.
Oh.
So where they give you like all the people you follow, what
That's
they
dope.
listen to, like their
Okay.
top tracks for the week.
That's awesome.
So like when you ask Jacob like what do you listen to, like you could just go
I can
basically
and
go
look.
see on there and you'll
That's
see for
dope.
yourself.
I didn't even know that.
Like you have a whole like profile.
Yeah,
and
you have, like,
basically
a
look at their
whole-
profile and listen
It's
to what they listen
basically
to.
like a Twitter almost, you know, it's just a music platform.
You know what
social
I
media.
actually like as a new feature? I have my own station. I went to
Those are all my
one of
artists
my,
that I listen to.
Yeah,
tabs
yeah.
and it said Clifton Station. I clicked on it and it
And
played
it's
music.
attached.
I downloaded a couple
Yeah.
songs. I was like, damn man, they know me personally.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of
It was hitting.
it's kind of intrusive though. It's like, yeah, here's you. I mean, it's kind of it's very. I'm sure they're taking that for statistics. Like, hey,
Yeah, like the AI is
They're
building like your playlist for you. It's
Yes.
like your personal Pandora is how I look at it.
Yeah, basically.
True.
Yep. You got your own stations, like you said. You got your station plus whoever you listen to. Like my station is crazy. If I wasn't watching this Cavs game, I think we're gonna win, so we should be good. I can.
Shout out to
I
the
can
watching the
Cavs.
game. Yeah,
That's dope,
didn't even
though.
know. That's awesome.
Because you never know. Everybody listens to different music. And
You can appreciate something from them.
Right.
Literally,
Yeah.
they're like my
Cool.
top tracks. Like look,
like people
That's
put
awesome.
me on this stuff all the time.
For sure.
So like new music,
Everybody
people like I
puts me on
said,
music.
Morgan Wallen's in there with Playboy Cardi.
I need to check that one out.
Like that's how you know I listen to a lot of music.
See, no, yeah. So right now I'm listening to I've been listening to like Childish Gambino.
Oh, okay.
He fire.
What you think of his new
Let's see.
project?
Oh.
His latest project?
The 31520.
Yeah.
Man, it's been on repeat. Like
That man is
each
cold.
beat is like,
It's cold.
Wow.
whoa.
That's dope. I didn't even know you can do that. We can follow each other on our music app.
Yeah. For those,
I didn't
for our
know
listeners
either.
who don't know, yeah, Apple Music. You can follow each other on different apps if you have them. And I mean, on this app, type in the person's name or whoever has music next to you, and you can tune into their playlist.
Pause. Is it just me, or are you able to follow each other on every damn platform now? Now that I think
can.
about it, like
You
I
can.
never, it just hit me.
Bro.
We've never had that before.
It's 2021. You're getting followed everywhere, whether you know it or not.
I don't like that.
I know you.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel that.
I don't leave breadcrumbs for a reason. I eat them. Leave me alone.
Nah, that's dope.
Leave me be.
No, that's dope,
Yeah.
though. But yeah, other topics we had were we talked about success, motivation, and like.
Right.
So you create like certain playlists for like say I'm in the gym often, right? And I listen to a certain
You
like
say that. You say that a lot.
Jacob.
say
You were just in
in
the gym with me 2 days ago, and you was winded, by the way. You
I
went up and
did.
down the court twice. And you
No,
was
first
like,
of all, how do you
so-
know how long I went up and down the
'Cause
court?
I was
for?
watching you.
No, you was playing your own damn game.
Listen,
don't
you
worry
won.
about my court.
I can
Worry about your
multitask.
court.
I can multitask.
No,
We won
you
that day
can't. No,
too.
you lost because you was talking to me.
No, we
Yes,
won.
you lost. He was
We
like, "Damn,
won.
I gotta come over here."
Actually, we
No.
did lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me talk.
Now,
my
me and
shit.
Shanta was cracking on him about
Man,
that because he
everybody
said he was
crack-
in pain. First time you
look,
ran full sprint in a few years.
Yeah,
it was
over the
wild.
age of 25, when's the last time you ran full sprint?
I said it was wild.
See,
What about you, Eric? When's the last time you ran full sprint?
In my dreams.
He said I was chasing something.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the other day at work, I was just playing with somebody. I like I was gonna beat them to the restaurant. I just did it for a sprint.
You just took off on
It
them?
was not a good idea.
Damn.
Was they not expecting that out of you? Like
No.
when your first
a
time
lot of people like, cause I'm big now. I'm trying to lose my weight now, but a lot of people don't know I'm fast. Like I'll take off on you in a minute, but I'm just big, so it'll slow me down. But
Right.
I shaved this off. I'm burning anybody in the race.
There you go.
He said catch me.
My suggestion: don't eat after 8 o'clock. Don't eat after 8.
Shit, I'm about to go home and eat.
8,
Right.
Same.
8
I'm eating
o'clock,
a taco
8
salad.
8 p.m. to noon. If you could do that and
Yeah.
fast that long every day, and eat whatever you want in between.
What about the opposite way? Can I go from noon to 8 and then?
No, because you're gonna be laying with it. It's gonna be sleeping with you. It's gonna be.
But
But I'm not going to bed no time soon.
John,
But you
I-
do burn
be
up
up.
stuff in
John,
your
I
sleep
got a question
fast.
for you though. So
I
about
lost
eating.
I lost like 35 pounds.
What? No, my question
But-
for you is.
I'll
said
also
8
put this
to
out there.
noon?
Everybody's diet and like build is different. Like certain things work different.
It's
with
true. That is true.
different people.
I would say try to stop eating around 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Just see how you do. I mean, because you're gonna snack, you're gonna drink. If you drink water after 8 p.m., no drinks, no pop, no beer, no milk, stuff like that to get your metabolism going.
This is my first beer in a couple weeks. So
There you go. I
The
wish.
only
Don't get me wrong, you'll feel great like based off what John's saying because like I sometimes go on a strict diet where I only eat once a day type shit. You know what I mean?
right.
Just on some real Muslim stuff. And it's not bad. You do feel good. You're like going on your own energy. You know what I mean? Just drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, keep moving. You be cool.
that's
Nah, I
really
drink-
the
I
key.
drink the
Stay
water.
hydrated throughout.
Yes.
Like before you eat a meal, drink a glass of water.
And you know what? There's one really diesel guy in college. I remember I ran across him. And I ain't gonna lie, I admired his muscles. And I was like, you know what? I was like, how do you stay that big and not get fat? Because I was seeing, like, watching him for like weeks. I'm like, this dude is always eating and he's not fat. What's the secret?
His metabolism.
Yeah, he said he's actually always snacking and he doesn't really eat big meals and he works out like 2 or 3 times a day depending on his schedule. So
I'm never gonna take any eating advice from John
why not?
Yeah, why not?
because a couple months ago he said let's donate blood. I
Oh,
said okay, John.
Here we go.
Let's donate some blood.
Hold on. Before you finish your story, look at yourself. Look at him. Even though the donate blood, I already know where this is going.
Okay, and
I would take diet advice from that
dad,
guy.
dad bod. I got dad bod. Okay.
Then you had dad bod since I've
Forever.
known you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
He was before the wave.
Yeah,
He's been doing
pre-dad
this.
bod, yeah.
He's been doing
I was
this.
prepping myself, for
Giving
my
us a
dad bod.
glimpse.
So look,
But go ahead,
Look
tell
at
the story
Drummond's
because this
stats.
is a good story.
so I'm not. So John had the idea. He said in the group chat, "Let's donate blood. Let's give back." I'm like, "Cool." I'm in. Ash was in. So us 3 made a plan to go give blood. Schedule a date. Go give blood. Ash can't because he has too big of a heart, and that's basically why.
Yeah, I had a heart condition. Yeah, it's actually going now, which is really odd though. I don't know. 'Cause when
So
hey, I went to the well, not to cut off your story, but like I went to the doctor and they were like, "Yeah, you have an abnormally large heart." I'm like, "Oh," so I had to take medication, but like they were trying to hook me onto like being a part of that
Like a
pharmaceutical.
lifer,
Big
yeah.
pharma was trying
Yeah,
to get me. I'm
lifer.
like,
For a lifer.
no.
They want you on that.
I'll go holistic. I'll do organic things and tap back in. It's gone now. I'm like,
that's a blessing though.
Right.
Right.
Just tell him you're the Grinch after you found his heart. Your shit is just bigger. That's
yeah,
all.
that's it.
Got my heart.
So Ash couldn't. So me and John are like, all right, we can. So I'm going. My shit's done quick. I drink a lot of water. Make sure I ate a good meal and stuff like that. And the organizer of this event, John, he goes, everything's good. And we go sit down at the table for our little snacky snack, little juice and cookies. And John goes to stand up and he sits right back down.
No, the
On
crazy
the
part
ground.
is before you get to that part,
Did they give you Chips Ahoy or Oreo?
as
Oreos.
we were giving blood, we were asking questions like, "Has anybody ever passed out from like giving
Oh, yeah.
blood?" And they were like, "It may
Yeah,
happen once or
right.
twice." Somebody went to the high school, you know what I mean?
This
It happens, but
this-
then
dude, John went to go stand up, fell right back down.
I'm at the table with this guy, and I'm like,
Done.
He's looking at me like eye to eye, and then he like,
He gets white.
I thought he was playing at first. I'm like, okay, John, you just joking around, and then he said, "Oh, I'm about to faint." Thought he was playing.
Done.
And he turned into Bernie. And just flat out, just
Bro.
went done.
He got whiter than white. I didn't know he could get that white. And I'm like,
Kind of messed up
I
his
hit the
glasses.
floor.
Broke
Yeah,
his
I hit the floor.
glasses.
It was
Is that the
not
first
good.
time you seen somebody
Damn.
pass out?
No, I've seen people
Nah.
pass out plenty of times. But
Man, that shit's scary the first time you see that shit though. It's like,
you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
Like you're like
man,
frozen. You're
I was
like,
ready. I was right next to him. Like, all right, what's up with him?
And them employees, but they were fucking scared. They were like, oh,
They were
shit.
shook.
To me, it only gets scary when I can't hear you breathe. If you ain't breathing, then it's scary. If you pass out, it's like, you know what? That's life.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
I was like, I'm fine. I was on the floor. I was like, I'm fine. They were like, you ain't fine. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
If you were talking, you were fine.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I'm good.
Then he tried to get back up, and then he had to sit back down because
Yeah.
he couldn't. He couldn't.
So let me. Well, so
How did you feel in the moment?
man? I felt all right, like donating, but I had a salad at lunchtime. I was like, well, let me get like, let me give them good blood. I don't want to go eat a Big Mac and go fucking donate blood. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
so,
right.
so you had a
So
salad,
you're being
which is basically
conscious
water.
about your diet at
Yeah.
the time in your blood.
So then it just didn't work out, and I passed out and hit the floor, broke my
That's messed up.
glasses.
Should have got Chipotle.
I know. I should have. That's all right
We
though.
were supposed to go to B-Dubs right after that too.
We had a whole plan.
We had the whole plan.
Yeah, boo on that one.
boo.
And then
Right. Why y'all trying to work nephew over here? Leave him alone. Stay out of his work.
I work enough.
I need all that.
I'm gonna go to Harry Buffalo then.
I came in last week. I see, gosh, you had B-Dubs. I door dashed it. Oh, fuck that. You better come and get it.
Well,
then
I went to the one
at
in
least I
Avon,
know.
it's right there,
Oh, okay,
so-
that's a little bit better. Yeah.
True.
If you gonna tell me you coming, I'm like, I got you. You know what I
I'll
mean?
just pull up, man.
that's good to know.
No, that's fine.
You came for my birthday.
Yeah, all love. But yeah. So go back to success, and on the last episode, we kind of touched on what success means to us. So like you, Eric, you're doing what you're doing. What exactly does success mean to you?
Success for me is like continuing to practice on it. Like I treat this like any other craft. I practice every day. I have my good days, bad days, and different days. But success to me is just continuing to do it. You know, everything else will come. I know like everything will come in due time. Like I got a beat that I submitted to Redman recently. So like opportunities been coming. It's just I'm just continuing to work on the craft. I know if anything, my goal is to be one of those producers that are talked about. I'm gonna be your favorite producer.
I'm gonna talk about you as we
Absolutely.
go up. I'm
And
talking
you
about
love
you.
Red, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red, he's my favorite artist, man. Like, is for him. I mean, he's influential on a lot of things. I won't say he was influential on the weed smoking. I probably was smoking that before him, but for his music, his artistry, like he's one of my favorite rappers because he just puts bars together well. And he's not doing the cookie cutter style of music. His music is vast, it's fun. The energy's fun. He's hilarious to me. Like,
Trust me, I know he hilarious.
he's
He
a
had
part
one of
of-
the most infamous Cribs episodes
you feel
of
me?
all
Like
time.
he
Oh
to
my
me,
God.
he strikes me as a regular dude. So
He is right.
Awesome.
with an extremely extraordinary talent for music. So and he produces too. So like I look up to him in a lot of ways where his music and where he goes with it. That's where I try to go. Where everybody's going right, I'll go left with the music. So
Speaking of Redman, how do you feel about that album that they showed to fucking Martin? What's his last name?
Scorsese?
Yeah, that dude.
Oh, you talking about the Wu-Tang?
Yeah, the Wu-Tang album.
I'm
Sold
mad.
it to him.
For
yeah.
I think $1 million.
This
was like 5 or 6
Yeah,
years
this
ago.
was a while ago. Like
I never knew that. Wow.
I appreciate
Before he got popped and like because that Martin dude's in jail. I think.
Yeah,
now.
Oh, is he?
yeah.
He had like his business was like some pill for AIDS or HIV or some shit like that, and then when it actually started to work, he made it like $500 a pill. So his script was like $10,000.
Yeah,
And then he got in trouble for that.
Real douche dude, but I mean, for me, I like where RZA and them were trying to go with the project. Like, you treat music like art. Some things is when you think of Wu-Tang, everybody knows the symbol. It pops up in their head immediately. Everybody knows most of the members. You know what I'm saying?
I watched the Wu-Tang saga. Like it was raw.
That's
like,
on
Oh,
Hulu,
the
ain't
show,
it?
yeah, the
yeah,
Hulu
the show.
Yeah, like for me, like going back to just being a music lover, like my dad was heavy into Wu-Tang back in the day, so I listened to all their music growing up as a kid, so I understand what they were trying to do with that album. Like an album that none of them knew that it was an album in the making, but we're gonna make this a piece of art, put it in a museum, and you go to these museums to listen to it, but it just got misconstrued and the politics got involved. So, you know, that happens. You always see the politics in the music, and I try to stay away from it because it just taints the art and the vision. Like,
100%.
Politics is tainting everything now.
and then
It really does, though.
But then to be fair to the artists, you know, for them, they should get paid for that, you know, or they should be compensated for that type of stuff. It seemed like none of them were going to get any money for it. So it's kind of like there's pros and cons to that. But, I mean, I would like to hear the album because Redman's on it and a few other artists. But, yeah, Wu-Tang, that's one of my favorite groups too. So, I mean, hopefully one day it'll come out and I'll listen to it. If I got to go to a museum in a different country to listen to it, I'll listen to it. Nice. But, you know, just art, man. Art is a weird thing because, you know, it imitates life, you know, so it can be taken crazy, like this whole MF Doom situation, him passing, and it's like everybody's exploiting his music, his streaming's going up, numbers high, and it's like, you know, you never know what art is. It's strange.
Same with Nipsey.
True. Yeah, it's strange, man. Music is strange.
You know what? This is a great question to ask you. Why don't you think people appreciate artists more when they're alive versus when they're gone?
Because I wouldn't even say artists; it's just people in general. You
there you go.
And just you know what I mean, a loved one. It could be
that's a fact.
Anybody you know. You just my dog, your dog. You know what I mean, your fucking cat.
True, but I was just asking in relation to like the streams and stuff, and like sales always go up. So I just wanted to hear his opinion on it.
You know, I mean, it's a lot of people are casual fans. You know, not everybody gets put on. Like how we was talking earlier, we can follow each other's playlists now. So you didn't have that back in the day. Everything was word of mouth, and if you know, you know. So
that was advertisement.
Yeah, so it was. Now. So now it's a pro and con to it. You know, the true fans are gonna be like, I was a fan since day one, and they're gonna feel a certain type of way about people who numbers soar after they pass. Because I know with the Nipsey thing, like it hurt me because I was a fan of Nipsey before he even started blowing up. Like, my brother listened to him all the time. So to see him get his album out, because he talked about Victory Lap for so long. When it finally came out, then he passed not long after. It's like, damn.
He manifested everything he was talking about.
Yeah.
And he was at the beginning stage. That's what messes me up. I'm like,
he wasn't able
he
to
was
blossom.
speaking these words, and it gave life to what he was doing. And like, in the midst of it, he gets taken out. And I'm like, that's odd.
Right, because I remember Nip with no beard.
Yeah.
Baby face Nip.
Yeah, when everybody was trying to compare him to Snoop Dogg all the time. But, I mean, to me, I feel the artists are appreciated. It's just not to the public eye. Not everybody's seeing it. You know, there's, like, my favorite producer ever, Jay Dilla, rest in peace. Like, he's my favorite producer. He didn't get his recognition until after he passed. People started finding out he was producing these hit records for people that your favorite song. But nobody knew, you know. Some people do it for the love of the music. They don't do it for the recognition.
And it takes an unfortunate headline in order for people to really dig in and find out.
Yeah, so, you know, it sucks that they're not able to be appreciated how the fans want them to be appreciated, but they are appreciated because they're the stepping stones. They're the ones who, they're putting in that groundwork for the artists we do know about all the time to get their shine. You know, that's just how the game goes.
Take it back to Biggie and Pop. Even Run DMC. What's his
Jam Master Jay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And Jam Master Jay, man, he did a lot too. Like him working with Onyx. So it was like
he got shot in the studio making beats.
I mean, not a lot of people know he put Onyx and 50 Cent on. So you know, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people, when it comes to music, you should always want to do your history. Because
they just know what you see.
When you know your history, like it makes the music you love that much better.
Who knows? We might have a running segment here monthly, music history with Aaron.
Hey, I mean, I learn a lot every day. I learn about artists that I never knew about.
Right.
You know,
but the best thing about music is like it's something that you can feel but not touch or grab.
Right.
And it touches you like
True.
I don't know. I've been at concerts and I felt that shit.
You know what
I'm saying? You can feel. You can be at a concert and feel that.
Another thing, like
that's a big
I've never
fact.
been
I love
to
concerts.
I've never been to a concert in my life.
See, I've been to concerts.
So I'm sure that energy and
it's
that like
it's a different experience.
It is.
See?
I've been to 3. One of them was a Ye concert, and it was at the Cleveland Q. And we literally locked eyes and we rapped lyrics together, and that was like one of the biggest moments of my life. I'm like, because I look up to Ye and I fuck with Ye. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I feel like I'm Ye for a second. But I was like, and we all followed this floating stage. It was crazy.
No,
Big
yeah,
ass mosh pit.
music touches you, but you can't physically hold it.
Mhm.
That's the thing. So it's like, man, oh, these guys right here.
Yeah.
He started
You
it.
said you've only been to 3 concerts.
Mhm.
I've
How
been
many
to
have you been,
none.
Eric?
So
Me, I've been to a few, but it's weird. I haven't been in any hip hop concerts. Like I seen
Right.
Boston perform.
That'd be pretty dope, I bet.
I seen Sailor Sue, Miss
Ooh.
indie artist Sailor Sue. I seen her perform.
I've seen her. I think I've seen her.
We
at-
actually
at
bought
Fest.
me and my friend Asia. We bought a CD off her, met her, and talked to her for a little bit. So that was cool.
That's dope.
And just local artists. Like when I used to live in Columbus, man, remember tripping on LSD and going to a garage, like this big basement bar type thing, and watching this rock group perform. It was tight. I mean, it was scary because I don't know what's going on, and I'm just peeking. You know what I'm saying? I see this punk girl. She like has this black Labrador next to her, like in the club. I'm like, there's a dog in the bar, like
Am I
just
tripping?
tripping and
I-
watching people scream, doing screamo music. But you know,
Support animal.
my goal is to when because it's weird because when I had the money and funds to go to a lot of these concerts, like that COVID stuff happened. So
I know.
it's
This is the first year since probably I want to say about a good 10 years since 2010. I haven't been to a concert,
right.
and I've been to fucking you name it. I've been seen him. I didn't seen Travis like 3 times. Snoop
I heard
and Wiz.
I heard his show.
Travis
was dope.
shit was fucking. I went when he went. He did the record for the most intros for. I think it was like 17, 18 in a row for Goosebumps.
Yep, I remember that record. That was crazy.
He did that, and the Cavs played that night. We were in the playoffs. I've been to fucking the Chainsmokers. I've been to Marshmello.
Oh, he lit.
Yeah, that was dope. That was
Steve Aoki.
Yeah.
Schoolboy Q.
See, Schoolboy.
I was front row for fucking how you said you like locked eyes with Ye. I was front row for Young Thug and the Migos, back to back.
What?
Yes,
Jelly.
Jelly.
you know what I'm saying. I'm like me, Harv, Austin, we getting it, man. I had a
Yeah.
bruise on my chest like from the bar.
Worth
Because
it.
we're going 100%. I tell everybody I'd do it again right now. I would do it.
That's what's up. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to like a hip hop show. That's one thing I haven't done. But I listen to it so much, man. I can feel like I'm there. Like
100%. But that just goes back to actually being at a concert. You can put yourself in that environment,
right.
and it's just completely different, man. It's just you feel the bass hitting because I've been front row for a few concerts, man. You feel that bass is
shock your whole body type of deal.
man. I'm talking like give you a headache at the end of the day.
Yeah, like I've always wanted to go to a Busta Rhymes concert.
That'd be
Oh my
fire.
gosh, that energy would probably be insane.
Insane. He got too many hits.
Put your hands to the sky.
I probably try to get
I
on
heard,
stage with
I
him.
heard
like,
Lil
yeah.
Wayne. Lil
me
Wayne
see
live
this
is pretty
shit.
good too.
Man.
Eric's told me The Weeknd is phenomenal live.
Fuck with the weekend.
I heard
That's-
Bruno, I heard
uh,
Bruno Mars
Wayne's
too.
concerts were the
My mom
best
went to
around
that
the
one.
Yeah, I
Carter
heard.
2.
Who?
The Carter 2 was like when he had his best concerts, I heard.
I heard when he went on with Juicy J. It was Lil Wayne and
Oh,
Juicy
yeah.
J. They did like a bunch of random shit. I heard that shit was fire.
Juicy J put out a dope project.
I seen ASAP. I seen Ferg. I seen ASAP Ferg. Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Who was the best performer you've ever seen?
Best performer
Yeah,
I've ever
performer.
seen. I'd have to say Travis, just because I was in legit riot, like an induced riot.
right?
Like he legit said "fucking storm" and shit. And
Holy
when I
shit.
say like, there's about a good 10,000 people trying to fit through like a barricade, like probably that big. Oh my fucking god! To actually see that happen, it was just crazy. Like you ever see like bees or like flies just swarm and the thing? It just that's what it looked like. There's a bunch of people swarming this thing and security trying to stop it. Oh my man. It was bad. It was bad, but it was good because the people I looked at, they were like, "Are we gonna do this?" And by the time I said, "Are we gonna do this?" somebody's already booking it. So I'm right behind them, like, "All right, we going."
He turned all y'all into foot soldiers
Man.
just with the sound of his voice.
It was
Storm
crazy.
the gates.
Literally,
Bro, that's one way to end the
rage
show.
this
Like,
shit. Like literally, storm that. Like jump it. I don't care what you gotta do.
Not gonna lie, I would have did it.
Oh, bro, yeah.
that's
But like I said, I went
Gotta be
from being like in the bleachers, honestly, to being literally probably 30 to 40 feet within Travis's distance. You know what I'm saying? And it was just the most insane thing that you could have did.
Yeah, that's gotta be fun.
Like people hyperventilating, passing out, throwing up.
Shit.
It was crazy. It was like my first real mosh pit, like a legit, like open that shit the fuck up, big asshole bigger than this table, bro, and everybody just storming each other.
Man,
It's not for everybody, but it is for everybody.
That's the Houston turn up right there.
Man, it was crazy.
That
bro.
is not for everybody though, man.
It's not for everybody, but I mean, because if you're one of those confrontational people that like your own space and want to vibe out in your own,
I'm not gonna lie to you guys though. I heard certain music and it made me want to like drop kick somebody. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like
music can
Nuck
do
If
that.
You Buck. I heard that
that's
song
good.
comes on. It's like
Hell yeah.
you want like 3-6 Mafia like songs they make. It's like
It's like
yeah.
a cultural
Yeah.
rile up song. Like
Yes.
it's almost like a
It's our tribal
Rally
anthem.
call.
Yeah.
It's a rally call.
there you go. Yep,
It
a
is,
rally
yeah.
call. It's like the cowbell for us. What?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Knuckles
hear-
ready to go at this point.
But yeah, man, music can do that, man. It's powerful.
It is. It all goes back to
yeah, be
music.
crying, ready to fight,
Yeah.
all types of shit.
Music, man. It's
Put
the,
you in
It's
all
very
sorts of
emotional. It can get very emotional.
right.
yeah.
You know, I like with music, man. It's a time and space for all different type of moods in music. So you know, you be in a sad mood, you listen to something to get you out of that, or keep you in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You know
keep
what
you
I
in
mean?
it. Yeah.
You know, music is that powerful. You know, It gets everybody through. No one can say I don't listen to anything. Like if
Right.
I know if there's somebody who's listening to silence, like something's wrong with them. Like they got to
100%.
be making music in their head because they got to be doing
Sure,
something.
yeah.
You would think though, like how would the world be without music?
I don't. It wouldn't be a
You'd
lot
be
of babies
crazy.
because I mean, shoot, music make you even want to make babies.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It puts you in those. That's how I know music is so powerful. It'll put you in that state
for
where.
you.
Not for me either.
I just never. I'm not
No?
gonna say it's not for
No.
me, but I've never done it.
Yeah, never
I have. I like it.
Because like I said,
It gives you a rhythm.
like,
second
like
that
you said,
motion.
your playlist can just
Second that
go
motion.
through. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to a baby making song, but then all right, I'm like, fuck that bitch.
You can do it to that. Come down from the back to that beat.
Well, hold on. On that song, I don't know, Clay. He might
Hey.
punch her in the back of the head or something. Bro.
She
Like,
might
doing
like
that.
it.
I don't know, man.
What do you
Dang,
mean?
shit.
Intense.
What? Dang, what you mean, bro?
Your shuffle starts playing that shit. Like,
You know what I'm
oh
saying?
damn.
If you ain't thrusting on beat, you can smack on beat. You
I
can do a
thought
lot of
I thought this
shit.
was 90s R&B. What
Right,
the hell? Yeah,
right.
No, no, it goes up.
To the
like,
window.
I thought we had some Marvin Gaye.
To the
You over
wall.
here saying
To the
this
sweat
shit.
drip down my butt. So you want me to be balls deep while the sweat dripping down my balls? How am I gonna react?
Next
to
song,
that?
Chris Brown come on. Like, damn, how do I switch to this?
I'm about to say something really in the
It's
gutter.
a-
Is it sweat or is it
sweat.
her juices? I mean, I don't know what's going down your balls, man.
Ski. And what am I supposed to do to that? Am I supposed to ski to that?
You better hope she's squirting to that part. Better be on cue, nephew.
See, what if I'm only 2 minutes in? Ski. Ah, fuck.
It's all done, and they're still saying,
Right.
like, damn, I'm done. Like,
You need a
no
playlist.
skeet left.
No skeet left. You better put
Right,
on.
I'm
a
done,
playlist
Little
for the-
John. Next track.
Click. Time out.
You got a
for
break.
the game.
You get a break playlist.
Put on
Smoke
some
break.
Neo.
Alexa, like, turn that shit on.
It almost sounds like an instruction manual. Like listen to music, bro. That's just crazy. Like,
Yeah, man.
nah, music is dope, man. I love it.
It is.
We need it, and it's a form of art. And you know, the world without art will probably kind of be
Yeah.
It would be shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Think about how many shit in America is actually art.
yeah,
A lot.
most things are some
This
type
is
of
art,
form
right?
of art.
Now we're producing art right now.
For
Right,
sure.
and we're at the
For
beginning
sure.
stages, so it's like as we climb this ladder and as we, bring people on our podcast and as we create it, it's like it's gonna form itself. We'll get a collective group of individuals who understand what we're doing. Some people might not like it, but at the same time, we just gotta stay consistent, like what you've been doing. He makes beats, he produces, and eventually he's gonna have one that clicks.
Yeah.
You just keep sending them out. Don't no more of that 7 years of having something in your chamber and you don't release it. We in a space now where we
I
can
had
just
it ready.
constantly release stuff.
He's not gonna have one. He's gonna have multiple.
Right.
Multiple, yeah.
It's just, that one gonna get him started. He has it right now.
Right.
He just gotta.
He don't
put
even
out
know
there.
it. You don't
Yeah,
even know it.
I never.
right?
What'd you think of the stuff I sent? It was
It's
good?
fire. Like
Okay.
again,
Yes.
it's like we have certain things that we're getting into. We're gonna create different channels, and it's like
I gotta get with you, man. I gotta get with you.
Yeah.
we want to make sure we use what's
All you gotta do
local.
is follow me on Apple. Like I
We
said.
need
For
more
sure, for
art.
sure.
give us art.
Yeah, and that's one of the things.
Produce.
I feel like
You got it though.
just to
Yeah,
go back
it's-
to like us educating ourselves, like in school, I wish they would emphasize more on literacy, art, and music.
It was
And
dwindling.
financial education.
I was just
shoot.
gonna. I was
Yeah.
thinking taxes, but I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to cut you off. But
No, they had classes for it. It's
me and my
just-
money, I heard at Lorraine High.
It's politics behind it. You know, it's you got to put the money into it too. Like, you know, we was in band working with like old equipment. You know,
See,
like people in sports. You know, y'all getting a little bit of equipment, but not everything that y'all need to, you know, get y'all on that plateau y'all need to be on.
Right.
you
For
know?
instance,
Right.
I should just imagine if y'all team had the facility that is
Right.
Lorraine High today.
oh my god,
Where y'all team would have been.
Bro.
we went 20
We
and
would've-
0, so I can only imagine like would have been a whole different.
I think all of us. I mean, like Lorraine High is right now is a.
I love the way it looks.
I love it.
That's a super school.
It's a campus.
I wouldn't have skipped as much.
Yeah. I mean,
None of us would have.
He said I wouldn't have
It'd
skipped
have
his
been
I
a
didn't skip
No,
at
I
all.
still.
I didn't even have a chance to go.
I said
huh?
as
you know
much I
what?
would have.
I never skipped at all.
Me either. John,
What?
John, me
Yeah,
either.
I never really skipped.
Not even like during senior year.
No.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe I did.
I skipped a couple times.
Yeah, maybe a couple times. Maybe a couple times.
I mean,
Wait,
there was one
here,
time
I
I
was
literally got chased out of school by a security guard. Where you supposed to be? Booked it. Out of here. Going home.
Home? Oh, shit.
Right.
My mom was calling me. I had to go home.
I ain't even go home. My mom knew I was supposed to be in school. I was probably out kicking it till, it was time to go home. I'm sorry, Mom, that you had to hear this.
didn't-
Still was an honor
It's
student.
probably the day we went on our bike trip from the west side to the south side. No,
Nice.
to the east side to the south
Right.
side back home.
You didn't have early release set up senior year?
I did.
I was getting out of there
Early
at
re-
12:38.
He had late arrival.
I did late arrival.
He
yeah.
had ass backward.
Yeah, I was cool. I was like, you know what?
Were
Let
you
me sleep in.
Were you cool?
Man, forget
Were
all
ya?
that. I don't need nobody to put late arrival or early release. I go home when I want to. I'm out of here in a few months. Y'all ain't about to tell me, oh, get back here. You need your education. My education is done now.
Yep.
I'm not
Especially
gonna,
when I had all my credits. You
Right.
couldn't tell me.
Oh, yeah,
When
once
I
you
had
had
all
all
the credits.
I legit had all my
fuck off.
credits like
At
maybe
the end of first
sophomore, junior
semester.
year. Senior year, I was like, I guess I'll come.
I had mine at the
Yeah.
end of the first semester senior year. So
You know
our
where
second semester, I was just like, whatever.
it kicked in real bad for me at? After 10th grade when I passed all my OGTs. When I seen that,
Like, I'm
I was
done.
like, I know I'm smart enough to get through this motherfucker.
First
so
try,
guess
too?
what?
Yeah, see, after
It's
that,
free game after this. Y'all ain't stopping
right.
me. I'm passing. I passed the
right.
big test.
Right.
Fucking
Jacob,
ACT. I ain't leaving
That's
state
not
to
a
go to
badge of
college.
honor.
Yeah, you went through some. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's not good.
Real quick. Jacob's
Wait.
holding up double zeros because I don't think you passed any. of them.
Wait. I'm about to get really angry because I think I'm attached to a bad memory of you not having to take no OGTs.
No, he
took
And
them, he just
somehow,
didn't
some
pass
way,
them.
Yeah, I think.
I remember that.
So
Yeah, I think
you had
yeah.
it was an IEP.
Yeah.
So basically, he didn't have to take.
No,
these
I
tests.
took them. I took
took
them.
'em?
I took them as many times as you were allowed to take
How
them.
many times you take?
Jacob.
I took them. What? You took them what? Twice a year? If you failed them?
Once.
What or
You
once?
Took
had to
them
take them.
once.
Right, yeah,
Your
once.
senior year, you had to take them twice.
Yeah.
When have you ever truly faced adversity in your life now that I think about it?
Shit now.
This is a real question for you because you know
Turn
what?
the
That
heat
was
up.
adversity for all of us here. Like, if we didn't pass that, we felt the pressure.
Okay.
You got to skate.
Here we go.
So
I-
when in school have
Now
you
it's
ever
about
faced
in
adversity?
school?
podcast.
In school? I
And I'm
faced
not
adversity
talking
in
normal
life.
tests or like reports. We all have to do that. I'm talking true adversity. Like, if you didn't do this, there was a true repercussion. You couldn't move forward in life.
Nothing like, I guess, no repercussions like that, but I was bullied my freshman year.
That's not adversity. That's you being soft with a capital T. I'm talking
So-
like something that you needed to like, really apply yourself
Oh, yeah,
to.
math.
or-
Algebra 2. I failed Algebra 2. I failed Mr. Jeffy's class senior year. I failed
You
Algebra 2.
failed Jaffrey's class.
I didn't fucking like math.
He said, damn.
I didn't like math, and I sat in the back with all the goofballs. I didn't give a
You
fuck
did that
that
on
class.
purpose, though.
And then I was like, oh, fuck, I kind of actually need this class. So then I took it again the following semester, and I passed it with Mr. Draga.
You said Mr. Draga?
Miss Draga.
Oh, I'm about to say like.
Yeah, so
I won't slander her on this podcast.
so I was able to.
Next episode.
I guess that's the only adversity I had to go through in school. is
And
when I
obviously
failed.
your credits, right? You had to get your credits.
I had more credits than I needed to graduate.
But I'm saying, Doug, if you didn't make your credits, would they have held you back? Is what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
asking.
yeah.
Okay, so the only adversity is math and credits.
Yeah. But I had more credits than I needed, so that credits was never an issue.
And I'll throw bullying in there as an honorable mention, okay?
So you're
Yeah,
gonna feel
adversity. I mean,
damn. Can I
a little
live?
bit, you know,
Look, just
You
because
said a little bit.
I don't do good at taking tests, you're gonna count that against me.
I am not.
It sounds
I never
like
said
it.
that.
It sounds
It's
like
just
it.
it sounds to me
sounds like
you're
you did.
almost 30 years old and you've never really
Watch
had
your-
a true challenge to really test your
In school?
character.
I'm pretty sure.
No,
he did.
I've had.
I'm pretty sure he did.
2016 was a total shit year for me.
That is a fact, and I was there for you.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Yeah, everybody goes through adversity.
Yeah.
Man.
You right.
Just different
But in
forms.
school,
Yeah.
you
come
right.
from the-
Hey,
you come
but
from
in
the
school
steel.
though, you right.
You just had the
He was at
least
Skate World in that bitch.
amount. I'm just a little.
I just had. Hey, I had a little bit of shit in school. I did pass one OGT though. I did.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
I did pass one though.
It doesn't matter because
At
you're
the
here
end of the
right
day,
now.
yeah. Yep, you're
You're
here.
succeeding.
I know.
You have a great job.
And you
You're a
made it.
great father, and you provide. So none of that really matters.
Appreciate that, man.
And you overcame it. That's all that matters.
And one of the best parts is that we are Lorraine proud, right? Come from this
Yes.
city,
for sure.
and our city is. We basically have faced adversity our whole lives
Hell
since we've
yeah.
been here, right? So we have no choice but to be resilient in everything that we do.
right.
So I kind of like can we speak in this life and to all of us, we are the generation that changes vast of what's going on.
For sure.
It's literally on our generation to break
Yeah.
the generational curses.
We had this conversation before the podcast, like
Right.
from 92 to like 94, 95, that like group right there, something special was about that group. Like we just understood.
It's that thin line. It's
Yeah,
that silver
we understood
line.
more than the surface, more than the headlines, and we get what's supposed to go on. So I need more people to just. You don't have to be essentially like a leader, but I need you to like use your voice. I need you to just step out of yourself, and just do something. Be active. Be in your community. John, he can advocate on this too. Just continually push something.
Right.
Be a positive force. Be
Positive.
Be the
Positive
change you
force.
want to see in the world.
Exactly.
Right.
What you doing, Jacob, with your finger over there? I don't like it. It's giving me suspicious vibes.
We are approaching
I think that's what's happening.
an hour.
We're about an
So,
hour in.
closing thoughts on this podcast. So, again, Eric, it was a pleasure having you.
Oh, for sure.
Please plug in your social medias, everything that you're doing.
Oh shoot.
Yep, promote yourself. This is what Oscar wanted me to wait for. This is the last bit of peanut butter
The
we're
last
spreading
bit
on
of
the
peanut
burger.
butter on spread. I mean, sure, you can follow me on Instagram abstract, or it's Art Miles Abstract 22. So ARTMILESABSTRAC 22. Follow me on Instagram. I really only mess with Instagram. Like Twitter, I was messing with it, but I don't know. For me, Twitter is just it's raunchy, man. I gotta stay
It's
away
very
from the
raunchy.
raunchy and the
Yeah, it's very
ratchetness, man. Like I think people need to utilize social media for good and not for manipulative like reasons. You know, it's too much. It's too much madness going on social media. You got to tone it down and truly use it for the benefit of your brand and what you're trying to do. That's positive. None of that negative stuff.
That's
For
why
sure.
I've been off of it since before Christmas. I have not been on it all year. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, all I got to say is remember, life, it's simple. And if you take a little bit of extra and add it to your ordinary life, the results will be extraordinary.
This has been the episode of It's On Us. Stay tuned. First and foremost, thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook and other social media platforms, Spotify, Apple, and just stay with us as we create this podcast and we go further along our personal journeys along with this journey.